in the Hawaiian Islands, the $75,000 Miller Lite Honolulu Invitational. Chris Marlowe along with Paul Sunderland, the first beach volleyball tournament of the year. And in our semi, John Eddo and Sean Fallowfield against Rudy Dvorak and Brooke Vandeweghe. So a couple of teams you may not have seen before here on the Prime Network, but probably the two most conditioned teams, and they need to be, depending on the weather.
Well, depending on this, 89 degrees, it was 92 yesterday, very high humidity, wind coming off the ocean, and the wind, if it kicks up, will obviously reduce the heat out on the court, but could cause some ball handling problems for the players.
If you're wondering, Mike Dodd and Brent Frohoff are out. Tim Hovland and his partner Ken Steffes are out. As we look at first referee Jim Leonard, a top AAA player in his own right, and Rick Olmsted, former Santa Barbara High School coach, also a AAA-rated volleyball player, umpire, and referee. Once again, let's take a look at these seedings. Smith and Stokos, Hovland and Steffes. Dodd and Frohoff. Karch is gone, and so is Timmons. Akatabi and Verbalovic did not play well, as did Hanley and Smith. Goodrick and Muthart, Walmer, Jantz, Larry Muir, and Scott Friedrichsen. So those are the top 8 seedings, but I think what this tournament has really shown, Paul, is how you have to be in shape to start off the tournaments, because if you start out early, you don't get any prize money if you're not playing well.
And if you don't get any you don't train in the off season, you don't get the big dough. Prize money here for today, $75,000 total, $16,500 to the winners, $10,500 to second, third place, $7,875, and on down through 4th and 5th, and not exactly a bad day's pay in paradise.
Okay, we're going to try to identify the players for you. You're looking at Rudy Dvorak. He's 26 years old. See the stats on him, 175. He's from USC, the same school that homed his brother for a long time, Dusty Dvorak, the great one off the Olympic team, Laguna Beach. Rudy getting better all the time, and he's in for, I believe it's his best finish ever, because the best he's taken, 3/5. So Dvorak is as far as he's ever been, along with Brooke Vandeweghe. They're guaranteed at least 3rd place. Talk a little about Dvorak and Vandeweghe as a team, Paul, first.
Well, Brooke Vandeweghe going to block all the time. He's trained very, very hard in the off-season, blocking very well, intimidating player up at the net. And Rudy Dvorak looks just great defensively. He's been scrambling as he is here all over the court throughout this weekend.
Both teams have had a good rest. We played a lot of volleyball yesterday because of the Pro Bowl, and Sean Fallowfield rips his first strike, or spike, I should say, cross-court. So Sean Fallowfield, he's 27 years old. His partner, John Eddo, 27 years old. They've been playing together for a little while, and they're an excellent team. John Eddo wearing orange, out of San Diego State. Aztec alumni. Jump serve, no good. Fallowfield, Eddo as a team, Paul.
Have to control the ball extremely well. They're not a couple of the big bombers out on the beach. They've got to jump serve well. They play good defense, scramble, get the deflections. Both of them pass set and hit the ball pretty well.
Quick look at Brooke Vandeweghe. Excellent golfer. Was on the San Diego State golf team, took up volleyball late. He's learned it very quickly. Dvorak has it, early action. Dvorak bombs it down. So it's not surprising that two young, well-conditioned teams are playing here early in our semi.
Well, a lot of the players who've made so much money, you know, they're off investing it during the off-season. The young up-and-coming bucks got to get out on the beach all year round and train. That's exactly what Rudy Dvorak has done. On the cut shot from John Eddo, and good conversion.
Here we go. 2-0, Dvorak and Vandeweghe. Blocked by Vandeweghe.
That's Vandeweghe and Dvorak. That's their game right here. Brooke Vandeweghe blocks, Rudy Dvorak scrambles, gets the cut shot. And the one thing that's improved, I think, about Rudy Dvorak is his ability to finish once he's made the defensive scramble. Much stronger this year.
Brooke Vandeweghe, the most valuable player in 1987 at San Diego State, where he was 6th in hitting percentage, so he has some indoor experience. Eddo, fake block, and Vandeweghe can't get there.
Good choice, I think, to fake block. John Eddo, known for his shots around the block, lots of loopies and chop shots. Make John Eddo think about being blocked. Make him hit the ball. I think you can dig him effectively.
So Sean Fallowfield will serve. Sean is a lefty, one of the few lefties on the tour. Vandeweghe, nice take by Fallowfield. Chance for a point. 0-3, Fallowfield and Eddo into the net.
Can't make those kind of mistakes. When they get a defensive chance, they've got to keep the ball in play, keep digging and scrapping.
Just the start of our coverage here on the Prime Network. Rudy Dvorak serving, waiting in the wings, St. John Smith. And his partner, what's his name? Randy Stoklos. Blocked by Vandeweghe. You can touch it twice off the block, but Dvorak can't go over the top. Doesn't really pay to jump into the crowd after a ball because the aluminum chairs will cut you up.
Too early in the season and to go over there and impale yourself on a piece of aluminum tubing. But this is John Eddo's game. Doesn't drill the ball past the block, just chopping around, getting the deflection, and effectively getting the side out.
You know, it's one thing if everybody's sitting in a Barclay lounge, then maybe you go for it. But everybody's got the little aluminum seating. And Vandeweghe, see if someone hurt themselves or what. You can see the earnings on Eddo.
Yeah, we'll wait, you guys. They're coming right here. We're gonna wait.
And there's a delay while there's some disturbance down the beach. So Dvorak and Vandeweghe. All right, John Eddo.
All right, guys.
Players toweling off a little bit here. A bit of a commotion down on the sand, and about 50,000 people.
At the Honolulu Invitational, 16 teams, the semifinal action. John Eddo in service position. Brooke Vandeweghe and Rudy Dvorak gotten off to a very, very good start.
Playing their game. Rudy Dvorak playing good defense. Brooke Vandeweghe with a block.
And cloud cover has come over here at Waikiki Beach.
Thank you, weather god.
Dean Nowak, the former coach of Hawaii, told me it was Kona winds for 5 straight days, and normally there would be a storm with those Kona winds, and some clouds definitely coming in.
Rudy Dvorak, again, worked hard during the off-season, and he didn't have this kind of heat last year. Nice whip cross court.
St. John Smith, Randy Stokos won this tournament last year, but remember how it took its toll. You see Dvorak, 1990s already got off. At least he had a good year last year, and he's guaranteed some good bucks in this one already with a third-place finish. Loser of this gets third, winner automatic second, and a chance at Smith Stokos. If you're wondering, Smith Stokos has looked very, very good. Eddo. Dvorak has it. It's got to come over, touch Vandeweghe. 3-0 is our score. Eddo Fallowfield on the attack. Fallowfield booms one. Was it out? Yes.
Out of bounds. Intimidated a little bit by the block of Brooke Vandeweghe and wanting to put the ball decisively to the sand. Eddo and Fallowfield really struggling with their side-out game.
4-0 so far. Rudy Dvorak and his partner, the tall Brooke Vandeweghe, B-R-U-K. His father, Ernie, was a professional basketball player for the New York Knicks. Vandeweghe blocks it. 4-0 is the score, looking for a 5-0 side change. And Eddo with a little cuff, as you called it, Paul. Eddo very smart. He's not a big boomer.
No, just chops the ball around the block. Very good ball control. And Sean Fallowfield, a good setter. But you can see the strategy of Brooke Vandeweghe and Rudy Dvorak. They're serving every ball to John Eddo right now.
Fallowfield, 27 years old. He's gotten a couple of seconds, but those were international tournaments. One in France, one in Italy. Best 2-4 in Milwaukee and Seattle last year. Ball is poked. Eddo in there. That's going to be a point. And Dvorak and Vandeweghe say, wait a second. Are we looking at the same orange ribbon? What's the story? Look at that ribbon. It's not moving.
Jim Leonard is about 5 feet away. Had a look at it straight down on top of the line. Rope didn't move. Buried a little bit by the sand. But the block by John Eddo landed right on the rope.
Take one more look. Did it hit the orange ribbon? It's off the block.
There's Eddo with the Kong. Brooke Vandeweghe thinks this ball is out of bounds, but nope, right on top of the tape.
In the offseason, what happened to some of the players? Dan Vrbolovich got his knee repaired. Mike Dodd, his right knee, and John Stevenson, his right shoulder. Stevenson had a terrific tournament with Mike Whitmarsh, but Whitmarsh had some problems with the heat, Paul.
Well, had a lot of problems yesterday, as a matter of fact. They had to default in their semifinal match that was supposed to be against Sean Fallowfield and John Eddo. And Whitmarsh was taken back to the hotel and given IV saline solution and was in some danger there for a while, but was able to come back and play today. And I talked to him earlier and said that he's never loved an Avion bottle quite so much. He just about slept with one last night.
When you make errors, you lose points. 3 unforced errors for Eddo Fallowfield, and they are trailing by 3. So as you can see, the setting, last few days have been very windy and very, very hot. But the cloud cover is over. You know it's a little darker now. And that is good for the players. The players had to play a little more yesterday. One of the more unusual tournaments, a 16-team elimination. And John Eddo trying to get his thoughts collected in this first time out. Eddo, he grew up in San Clemente, California. Still lives there. And as you see our score, Dvorak Vandeweghe 4, Eddo Fallowfield just 1. So this is just the start of our coverage. First beach volleyball tournament. It's early, we know. Then there will be a break of about 4 or 5 weeks, Paul, before we get to the Florida swing.
Well, there will be some time, and a lot of the players who came out here to Hawaii not ready yet are going to need that time. And there you get a look at the players who've been most successful all-time. St. John Smith, 114. His partner, Randy Stoklos, 95. Mike Dodd, Tim Hovland, Karch Kirai, some of the who's who of pro beach volleyball, John Stevenson and John Hanley, down at the bottom of that very prestigious list.
Now, keep in mind, that's just the active list. That's the active list, because Ron Von Hagen would be peeved to know that he's not in there at 62, the immortal Ron Von Hagen. So Von Hagen's still in 30. In third, Captain Sunderland's boat is going down.
It's insured, don't worry.
Some of the action, and we're set, ready to go. 4-1 is our score. Dvorak and Vandeweghe lead. However, Eddo and Fallowfield scored the point on the changeover, and we're back, ready to roll.
All right, we come back down to action here.
Eddo will serve.
Dvorak, Vandeweghe at 4.
Eddo went to San Diego State. Lifetime prize money, $66,000. And they'll try serving Vandeweghe. Now, as tall as Vandeweghe is, one of his problems has been he doesn't have great heat on his hit. That was a good hit. He moves it around, but not great snap.
Well, playing with Rudy Dvorak, if Brooke passes the ball accurately up to the net, is going to be a big advantage. Rudy, a super setter, very accurate and consistent.
And Rudy Dvorak, certainly a good jump server also. He's got a wicked one. And they're working on Fallowfield. Fallowfield off the net. Vandeweghe, nice play. Chance for a point. Here he comes. And he loops just long.
Maybe a little bit of fatigue there. Got his feet dragged up underneath him. That was an easy point-scoring opportunity. Just couldn't get to the ball fast enough. Again, the game of Brooke Vandeweghe, Rudy Dvorak scrambling, and Brooke just gets stuck in the sand on this one and loopies it out of bounds.
John Eddo to serve. The jump serve is a staple of almost every player now. Just missing the ace down the pipe. Jump serve takes a lot out, Paul. When you and I were playing the other day, just fooling around, boy, we didn't handle it too well.
I was icing my back, my shoulder, you name it.
Vandeweghe, career earnings $40,000, but he's going to get off to a good start this year. I know personally that he lifted weights heavily.
No.
Oh. And Fallowfield drops one right in. The players that worked out hard will see the dividends. And Vandeweghe was certainly one of those. So now Sean Fallowfield, a graduate of UC Santa Barbara. Great volleyball program up there under Ken Preston on the men's side, Kathy Gregory on the women. And just a great area for volleyball. It's the birthplace of Karch Kirai. Thank goodness.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you would, if you're standing up, please take a look behind you. If you see somebody
Fallowfield and Eddo really aren't putting much pressure against Rudy Dvorak and Brooke Vandeweghe right now against their side-out game. Not getting much going defensively or blocking at the net with John Eddo.
Serving is Rudy Dvorak. Action kind of slow so far.
Oh,
and Eddo with a nice cut shot.
Great cut shot. Did not pass the ball well. Sean Fallowfield was very, very tentative, bump setting the ball to the net, kept it way off. You want to pass the ball up where Sean Fallowfield was, not where he is now, bump setting the ball 6-7 feet off the net. John Eddo with great shots, the loopy cross court for the side out.
All right, Eddo whacks it. Dvorak has it. Dvorak bombs hard cross court. Rudy Dvorak with a blast. And so Rudy Dvorak will put that ball away. Let's check the kills for Dvorak so far.
Rudy with 5, doing a nice job ripping the ball cross court. But this is a play that Eddo and Fallowfield have to make. Sean Fallowfield blocking here, and John Eddo in a good spot. They got to start making things happen.
Going to show you the clock, the freestyle timer. 12 minutes and 43 seconds elapsed so far. Very happy to have freestyle watches provide that for us. We'll be able to tell you exactly how long the players are out on the hot sand, how long a match takes. It's not running time, or it is running time, I should say, not stop time. So if they're out there an hour, we'll be able to show it to you, courtesy of freestyle watches. What is the technical name for that? A freestyle timer.
Elapsed time in the blazing sun.
All right. Okay, Brooke Vandeweghe, he'll whip up his jump serve. And it's too far out of bounds to the right. 5-1 is our score. Dvorak and Vandeweghe have the lead. And serving will be Fallowfield. Out of Huntington Beach, California. On Fallowfield on the right side of the court, Eddo in orange, Fallowfield in blue. That's John Eddo. Their opponents, Brooke Vandeweghe and Rudy Dvorak.
Eddo can make you crazy with all his little slice and dice at the net, and it can side out for long periods of time, but Eddo and Fallowfield just have not been able to score.
See if they get one here. Shank pass. It's over. And the little poke by Sean Fallowfield. So Eddo and Fallowfield get a point. Finally, 5-2 is our score.
First ball control error by Vandeweghe and Dvorak. You see what a premium there is on passing and setting accurately.
John Eddo, always been a good player. A lot of good players on the tour, but it's tough to make that jump into the great category. The Smiths, the Stokloses, Frohoff, Karch, those players.
Well, he's got good volleyball skills. He can jump, serve, pass, and set, play some defense, block a little bit, but he's not among the elite athletes on the tour. He's really done a good job of maximizing the talent that he's got and making a career out of this sport.
Rudy Dvorak, who was a setter at USC. And you can see the receptions. Eddo getting a lot of serves. It's split between Dvorak and Vandeweghe. Will that take its toll on Eddo? Maybe. Fallowfield. Here he comes. And there it goes. Sean Fallowfield.
Good set here by John Eddo. The pass still not up to the net. You just set Sean Fallowfield in the middle of the court, this time just outside the block at the net of Dvorak and Vandeweghe.
Serving is Fallowfield. Coming a little different because he is a lefty. And, of course, you can only serve once, so the ball goes to Rudy Dvorak. Eddo with the reception. Nice take by Dvorak. Vandeweghe can't get there. If you're wondering how many lefties are on the tour, we believe it's two regulars, Wally Goodrick being the other, along with Sean Fallowfield. Service errors. Trying to pop the jump serve can be costly, but boy, when you get it in, it's so difficult to receive. Eddo. Cut. Eddo. Oh, he should have had that one.
Boy, he was all over that play and knows it right now, but just a little bit lazy. Got to play that ball with two hands. He's all over it. He reads the cut shot early. Watch him break behind the block. There he goes, breaking to his right, and he's there. Play that ball with two hands. He was worried about getting up and attacking before he played the ball first defensively.
So defensive error by Eddo Fallowfield. Score remains 5-2. One game to 15. Oh, big hit. Vandeweghe can't corral it. So Eddo perhaps a little angry with himself. Cranks one down.
Should be. It was a crummy play made before, and you got to save your team and get the side out when you come right back. Nice play by Fallowfield and Eddo scrambling here in the sand.
Serving is Sean Fallowfield. Trains in Newport Beach now.
Breeze coming up a little bit here, Chris.
Down the line, Eddo, and Eddo trying to knuckle it up. Eddo in good position, just missing a couple of digs that he would normally make.
Complicated by the fact that they're not siding out well. Gives reason for the lead. Dvorak and Vandeweghe out now 5-2.
Rudy Dvorak, brother of Dusty, starting setter for the 1984 Olympic team. He came back to the team briefly, but he's no longer with the team. He's over in Europe, making a pile of money like everybody else. Eddo into the corner. We might mention Karch Karai, Steve Timmons, Pat Powers, Ricky Ludy's not involved in this tournament because of their European connections. Where are they all, Paul?
Well,
where were they?
Pat Powers was in Yugoslavia, of all places, first American to go behind what was the Iron Curtain. Yeah. Glad to say it is no more. Unfortunately, he's injured his hand and will be back on tour when that's better. Ricky Ludy's is playing in France, and Steve Timmons and Karch Karai own a city they're playing in Italy.
Nice take by Fallowfield. Here he comes. Little rainbow. Dvorak has it. Now Dvorak on his offside. Can he hit? Yes! Oh, great dig. Fallowfield coming back the other way. Loop shot. Vandeweghe has it. Looking for termination. Got it!
That's what this game is about. Long rally here. Sean Fallowfield almost getting the facial, gets his hands up just in time to save it. Meant to go deep loopy corner, cut it too sharp cross court. Brooke Vandeweghe at 6'6" makes the defensive play, and the angle dangle, and John Eddo can't make the play along the net.
Now we expect a very close semifinal. Why do I say that? Rudy Dvorak last year ranked 24th on the computer. Brooke Vandeweghe 26th. John Eddo 19th. Sean Fallowfield 25th, so they're all very close. If you don't know volleyball, game to 15, must win by 2, 3 contacts, score only when you serve, and you can't mangle the net at any time. Just the brief rules. If you're a new volleyball fan, we welcome you to Prime Network. We will have 20 for you. Paul and I will be here for the entire season. Unless Paul gets a better offer.
You're the one making all the dough. What are you talking about?
5-2. Dvorak and Vandeweghe in control. Dvorak has been good on defense and good on offense.
Excellent transition and communication. Rudy Dvorak running around behind Brooke Vandeweghe, coming around to the right, and he goes, Brooke, behind you. Knows where he is. Brooke Vandeweghe bumps it over his head, and here the loopy and Fallowfield and Eddo have no chance.
6-2 now is the score. And serving Eddo. Eddo needs a big hit here. Restores confidence. And he gets it with the chop shot. Eddo and Fallowfield technically and realistically made it to the finals of the winners bracket. If you're familiar with the double elimination format, made it to the finals of the winners bracket, lost to Smith and Stoklos. So they drop down and play Dvorak and Vandeweghe in our semifinal. Hovland and Steffes, if you're wondering, were eliminated by Whitmarsh and Stevenson earlier this morning.
And they lost in the very first round of this tournament to a young up-and-coming team, Eric Boyles and Jeff Rogers. Long match, and it was sort of downhill after that.
Eric Boyles, our stat man today, he said, yes, did it to the Hov, and I'll do it next week.
He slipped me the note. He said, get the names right, big fella.
Rudy Dvorak serving, doing well defensively. 6-2 is our score. Dvorak and Vandeweghe have a 4-point lead. Eddo cut, and Dvorak is right there. Chance for a point.
Bad set by Vandeweghe.
But a good ball keeping Eddo deep. Here he comes. Eddo. Boom! John Eddo.
Hey, Rudy Dvorak worked real hard to get to that cut shot. Brooke Vandeweghe has got to be more aggressive setting the ball to the net in transition. There's the end of the play. Rudy Dvorak going all the way to the left, all the way to the right, working hard behind the block. Brooke Vandeweghe got to get much more aggressive setting that ball in transition.
And a sand timeout. This is a 20-second timeout for the players. And yes, the Evian water is being spread around very liberally today. And we're going to take a short one ourselves. Get the water out, Paul. We're taking timeout. We are back at Waikiki Beach. $75,000 at stake. The Miller Lite Honolulu Invitational. How do you get invited? You have to have points. Dvorak and Vandeweghe are leading 8-2 over John Eddo and Sean Fallowfield. These are 2 of the last 3 teams in the tournament. Smith and Stoklos will play the winner. Hovland and Steffes are out. Dodd and Frohoff are out. Akatabi and Smith, or Akatabi and Hanley were out. You see the errors, and that's why Dvorak and Vandeweghe are winning. What happened to those other teams in your estimation, Paul? They're just not ready to go this early?
Well, Mike Dodd had surgery on his knee, and I think he's been worrying about rehabilitating that rather than playing volleyball. His skills were not real sharp, and when he plays with Brent Frohoff, he's playing on the left side, and when he played with Dodd, he was on the right for 9 years, and that's a big transition to make.
How about Hovland and Steffes?
Well, they just didn't get off to a good start. Ken Steffes has been down in Australia for about a month playing a lot of volleyball.
One too many shrimp on the Barbie for Steffes, huh?
Well, and the Hov said he was still shaking the rust off, but I'll tell you, didn't look too happy about the results this weekend. It's a long summer.
Did not play well early. And a good jump serve here by Eddo. This could help his team get back.
John Eddo hitting everything away from his body. You really have to protect the cross-court sideline from John Eddo's jump serve.
8-3 is our score. John Eddo in orange into the net. Boy, there's some long names in this graphic, right? Dvorak and Vandeweghe, Eddo and Fallowfield. And Brooke Vandeweghe will serve. Yes, he's the brother of Kiki. He told me that Kiki was a little miffed that he didn't get selected to participate in the three-point shootout at the All-Star game. Nice dig by Dvorak. Eddo blocked. Fallowfield has it. Fallow, clear net.
Clear net, empty net.
Fallowfield looks a little tired to me.
Well, with good reason. They've played a lot of volleyball yesterday and today, and it is only the first weekend in February, and a ball that he clearly should put away. And Brooke Vandeweghe really doing a much improved job of blocking at the net, the key to their success here so far.
Wondering about Fallowfield, only 6'1", 170. Great springs, though, a good all-around player, but when you're smaller, it takes a lot more energy, especially on hot days.
Well, he really has to rely on reaching very, very high to extend over the top of the block, and he can't quite bring as much heat as some of the other players.
Now, Eddo is 6'2", but he has much longer arms. He's got basketball player-type arms, and he can get up and extend. So Fallowfield will serve. Eddo Fallowfield still not out of it. And our freestyle timer, almost a half an hour these players have been out in the hot sun.
And they're not getting a tan. They're working out there.
Exactly.
Maybe they are getting a tan, and that's part of the problem.
And Brooke Vandeweghe utilizing the cut shot very effectively. This is something that Brooke has added to his repertoire, training down at State Beach, which is in Santa Monica, and this is so effective as we've talked in the past.
Very difficult to defend against. There you see the defender breaking the wrong way. You show down the line, and you cut the ball with your hand clearly across the net, one sideline to the other.
Perhaps sensing Fallowfield might be a little tired, but a good poke by Sean Fallowfield.
A little bit of a chess game going on during every side out. Where's the defender going? What's the blocker going to do with his hands? And finding the open area of the court.
John Eddo serving. 9-3, and Eddo with his second straight service error.
That really takes Vandeweghe and Dvorak off the hook. I'm sure they're a little bit tired, and when you don't have to do anything except go pick up the ball, really an easy break for them to get the side out with a service error.
That's the fourth service error for Eddo Fallowfield, so making some unforced errors, making some service errors.
He hadn't gotten any higher.
And Brooke Vandeweghe will put the ball in play. Serving and blocking for Vandeweghe. And Dvorak has it. Brooke coming, can't get there. You always know a great defensive player. If you look at Dvorak, he's got sand all over him like a little mole.
He's got it in his eyes, up his nose, and reading well cross-court. Brooke Vandeweghe takes away the line, and Rudy's right there, but John Eddo with that snap able to get it just inside him.
Rudy got sand all over him. Fallowfield, on the other hand, he's clean at the moment. Wearing the shirt, keep the sun off. And that's just personal preference, obviously. One thing about the Honolulu sand, it clings to you very clingily.
It's affectionate.
Yes.
It's affectionate sand. Once you get it on you, you're just not going to get it off.
And Jim Leonard, some discussion of maybe the net's too low.
Middle a little bit, so it's the court. Let's go.
Well, there was some action earlier on that court, and perhaps some of the big players that were out there maybe pawed it down an inch or two. And Fallowfield will serve, trailing by 6. 1-15. Vandeweghe and Dvorak have been pretty much perfect.
Brooke Vandeweghe again showing line and then chopping the ball this time a little bit harder cross court.
See, isolation on offense.
Rudy Dvorak breaking early, anticipating the perfect pass. There's the nice set, and then chopping cross court. There's the perfect side out play. If I'm blocking against Brooke Vandeweghe and I'm John Eddo, I got to move the block way inside. Make him show you can hit the ball down the line.
Eddo over the top. So John Eddo starting to rack up some kills.
Now with 14, he's getting his exercise today.
In our final match, we will establish once again the Killer Loop Sunglasses Killer Loop Award. Whoever gets the most kills gets $500, but that does not apply to our semifinal. And a lot of people have come out right here on Waikiki Beach to watch this tournament. The word gets around, doesn't it? Everybody going through the lobby. Oh, beach volleyball's here. Beach volleyball.
And they were from Iowa.
9-3 score remains. Dvorak and Vandeweghe have dominated. Eddo with a dig. Chance for a point. Not yet. Oh, what a touch set by Rudy Dvorak. His brother has sweet hands, and so does he.
Boy, that doesn't come out any better than that. A smart play, a good read, a little bit dicey, but when you're as good a ball handler with your hands as Rudy Dvorak, he reads right there that Fallowfield and Eddo are completely out of sync and just dumps the ball over. But you got to have a great touch. A lot of times younger players will mishandle this ball, but look at that. You can read that logo on the side of the ball. No spin at all.
The Spalding went down, and Dvorak and Vandeweghe have it.
High line!
Eddo jousted the net. Couple of Kongers working hard. Vandeweghe's up there again. Kongs it again. And Vandy will take a whack at it for point number 10. Another Kong. And Vandeweghe and Dvorak will get the point. So some Pong blocking being utilized at the net.
3 trap sets, the ball set too close to the net, then given the blocker advantage. And Dvorak and Vandeweghe, as they have all game long, coming up with the plays at the end to score. Scrambling here. Once again, you want to set the ball about a foot and a half off the net to give your offensive player room to swing. These are a couple of trap sets back to back.
Full timeout taken by Eddo and Fallowfield. It's a 1-minute timeout. Vandeweghe are back, and you're looking at Rudy Dvorak. And yes, that is the beach doctor, Tim Brown, out with him. And Rudy taking some time to cool off. I think he's okay. He does that. But the beach doctor checking with him because cramps and dehydration, a serious problem on the Pro Tour.
Well, Rudy was getting a lot of water, cold water, poured over him during that side change break in the action and try to get his body heat down. I don't think, unless you've played beach volleyball at this high a level in these conditions, you just cannot comprehend the strain it puts on your body moving around in the deep sand in this heat and humidity.
And keep in mind, it's only February and the sun's not even out. We played here in July a couple years ago and they were roasting like hamburgers on the grill. Eddo and Fallowfield, but Dvorak doing most of the work defensively behind the block. And so far, he has, well, been a very good player in this one. Has he been the star? I don't know. Maybe Brooke Vandeweghe, both of them playing well.
I think they've complemented each other extremely well. Brooke Vandeweghe,
chemistry.
Yeah, getting good serving, putting the ball away from the right side, and Rudy chugging in the back court, and Brooke doing a good job blocking at the net.
12-3 is our score. And Dvorak there again. Great set. And Rudy tried to hit that one down. Tried to crater it. And ended up spinning it into the net.
Even though Dvorak and Vandeweghe have a big lead, they have got to close this game out in a hurry. Get this one in the hopper and get some rest and fluid.
Keep track of that little play right there. That would have made it 13-3. I got a feeling Fallowfield and Eddo maybe on a little run here. I think Dvorak's tiring just a hair. This could be a point. Fallowfield, here he comes. And a good cut shot. There's a point.
Well, maybe if we can get a look at the freestyle elapsed time clock, we can see where that play took place and calculate how much additional time Fallowfield, or should say Vandeweghe and Dvorak, are going to be left out on the court.
12-4 is now our score. Players have been out there for a long, long time. 42 minutes and counting. And cut. Dvorak dug by Fallowfield, but off. Keep in mind a long, grueling 2-day double elimination tournament for these players. And if you have tried to play in the hot sand, in the sun, the sand is really thick too. It's big kernels of sand. Some rocks. Dvorak trying to shake it off. 12-4, up by 8. Eddo. And Vandeweghe blocks him.
That's what they've got to do, finish this out. Rudy Dvorak with a lollipop, getting the ball to Eddo. Watch Brooke Vandeweghe's hands. Does he get over the net? Just enough. And no cover in the cross court from Sean Fallowfield.
Set a little low, a little tight. Vandeweghe 6'5", he gets up. Looking for Eddo on the fake block. Great dig, Dvorak has it. Back over. Fallowfield looking to detonate one here. Top, good, score. So Sean Fallowfield taps one in. Once again, Bob Leonard, one of our first referees.
Right here, John. Timeout, Rick.
13-4.
2 and 2 left.
Our first semifinal. And a 20-second timeout going to Vandeweghe and Dvorak. So trying to use up your 20-second timeouts. Let's check Vandeweghe and Dvorak when they go to the player's corner. You can see the big crowd on hand to watch beach volleyball action. There's Dvorak trying to get in the fluids, Paul. Either get him in or get him out. Throw it on top of yourself. I asked the doctor, why do the players become so dehydrated if you gulp down a lot of water? He said, you can only take in so much by mouth. He said they were even thinking about, in some tournaments where it's really hot, is giving IV in between matches to some players.
Well, it shows you that the medical community that follows the tour around each and every week knows the strain that this game and the conditions put on the players if you're unable to, just by drinking, get enough fluids into your system.
Mike Whitmarsh, in case you weren't with us earlier, was felled by heat exhaustion and cramps yesterday. still with a pretty good finish. Whitmarsh looked very, very good. Dvorak just barely on the line. So Eddo and Fallowfield, if their thinking is correct, they have to think we have to hang in for a few minutes, make Dvorak side out.
Well, what they need is a couple of jump serve aces and get some momentum. They've been very quiet, and usually they're a pretty talkative, aggressive team, and they know they're not playing well right here. They see this thing slipping away.
Eddo, here he comes. And Eddo's still getting good lift. You can tell when players are tired, are they still jumping high and hitting high over the net? Eddo is.
John Eddo getting a lot of work with serve receptions. Perfect pass once again, and Eddo going to take a look at the block, listen to his partner, this time go over the top into the open cross court.
Fallowfield and Eddo trailing by 9. This is Fallowfield. Working on Dvorak. He gets every serve almost all the time, and Rudy responds.
Rudy's got a very quick arm swing, and a lot of people didn't get to see him hit, of course, when he was at USC, because all he did was set the volleyball, but he's a good athlete like his older brother and whips this one inside John Eddo.
Ran the 5-1 at SC for Bob Yoder. Shanked over. Vandeweghe chasing. Could be point number 14. Yeah. So you can hear the communication of Dvorak and Vandeweghe. The chemistry is there. Everything's working. They got the mojo.
And they've had it throughout the course of this tournament. They've played extremely well. And once again, Rudy Dvorak is stronger. He's in good shape for only in the first weekend in February, and he's converting when he gets the opportunity.
Dvorak and Vandeweghe played a lot of games in this tournament. A lot of games. We'll document that for you when we get to our final. Eddo, boom! Into the net was Vandeweghe, side out.
I don't know.
So John Eddo snips the tape, 14-4. It's been all Vandeweghe and Dvorak. Relatively young team. Dvorak once again 26, Vandeweghe 27. Team that's played very well in this tournament. Vandeweghe and Dvorak this morning knocked out Brent Frohoff and Mike Dodd, who were playing together, and put them out of the tournament in this morning's game. And both teams trying to...
We've got 2 left. 2 stands left? 2 timeouts. Yeah. 2 full.
And there was a sand timeout call. So 14-4. Sand timeout called by Vandeweghe and Dvorak.
And I'm not sure that they should be slowing things down. They're still out on the court. They're still out in the sun. I'll tell you, you just play like a pig pen and get out there and get this thing over with.
John Eddo to serve. Here he comes. Perfect set. And Vandeweghe rips another one.
And where did that one go?
Rudy Dvorak. He ran the 5-1 at SC, and boy, he could dish that ball. He had a great cast of hitters, Adam Johnson, among others.
Brooke Vandeweghe, again to be redundant, again going cross court. And it's fine if you're taking the line and you're funneling to the digger cross court, but that one's not working. They're not digging him at all. Move the block way in, take away the cross court, make Brooke Vandeweghe turn it line.
He's surprised that maybe Eddo is not blocking more, maybe because he's not, because he's getting all the serves.
Yeah, he's getting all the serves. I think he'd be
up there.
He'd be at the hospital right now if he was blocking every time.
That will do it. That's out. Nope. Hold it. Wait a second. There's a touch, guys.
Side out.
A touch signaled by Jim Leonard. Could have been Rick Olmstead. That was the game point number 1 for Vandeweghe and Dvorak. Make that number 2, I'm told. And so Fallowfield will serve. Got to crank it up here.
Good.
Trying for Vandeweghe. Gonna go cross court. Yes, he is again. Nice cut shot.
Their ball control has been better, I think, than I've ever seen it, particularly from Brooke Vandeweghe. He's passing the ball extremely well.
So now, 3rd game point for Dvorak and Vandeweghe. Never been in a final before. And here's the big chance.
Yeah, I heard him call for you.
Eddo. Cross court down. John Eddo. When you play Eddo, almost everybody hangs in that line waiting for the cuff high line. 14-4. If you just joined us, Brooke Vandeweghe and Rudy Dvorak have dominated this semifinal. 2 surprise teams in our semifinal. All the big boys are out, with the exception of Smith and Stoklos, who are waiting. Can't get rid of them early. And Eddo will serve. Dvorak. Dink. Great dink. Little spin dink from Rudy Dvorak. Nicely done.
I'll tell you, we always talk about ball control in terms of passing and setting and playing defense, but hitters with great ball control and shots can always get themselves out of trouble. And this time, Rudy with the loopy spin shot.
Fourth attempt at game point. Vandeweghe. And off. Vandeweghe out of bounds.
He hit it first.
Vandeweghe had his palm up. It was ruled off Vandeweghe out of bounds, I think correctly.
Sean.
And now Fallowfield will go back and get jump serve posture. Leonard says play ball. Fallowfield into the net.
Side out.
Had trouble with the toss, it looks like, Paul, for Fallowfield.
That's just fatigue. Player's very, very tired, and he knows his only chance of getting back in this match is to get a couple of aces rolling, and not having much success. Very tired right now.
Game point number 5. Dvorak and Vandeweghe trying to wrap it up. And Dvorak will serve floating. Fallowfield against Dvorak. He has it.
This should be it.
This could be it. And it is. Rudy Dvorak and Brooks Vandeweghe move into the final here in Hawaii. The first final ever. Dvorak and Vandeweghe. All right, we're going to take time out. We'll come back. We'll talk to the more volleyball here on the Prime Network after this.